E-King Fight News, and this is post-fight to Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios. As you can see, Brandon Rios wasn't looking too good. That man went to sleep for at least 5 seconds, and then he got up, and then they stopped the fight. So, Danny Garcia knocks out Brandon Rios. I believe it was 8th or 9th round, man. For some reason, I can't remember which one it was, but Danny Garcia pretty much outboxed Brandon Rios for the whole fight. Pretty much. From the opening bell, the jabs were landing. You saw a little bit of good left hook work to the body, and Brandon Rios putting on that sort of partial pressure. That's what I would call it. It's partial pressure, because he leaves himself open and he's just walking forward without any quickness. There's nothing about his pressure that really breaks you down and takes you out. Not at this stage of the game, and he hasn't really beaten any elite competition for the majority of Brandon Rios' career. So Garcia he did what he was supposed to do with a guy like Brandon Rios. He slowly broke him down in subtle ways, because even as Brandon Rios is pressuring Garcia was making him pay for doing so, with sharp shots, counters, good jabs, and of course body shots at times. Garcia's offensive arsenal is very solid, and he can pick apart a guy that's coming forward at him. That's what he's good at, and that's what he's shown to be good at throughout his whole career. The way he beat Lucas Matthysse, it was very similar, and that's a much higher level fighter to me, is a Lucas Matthysse compared to a Brandon Rios. And it's odd enough these two are now in the same division once again. Lucas Matthysse just beat Tewa Kiram, who's also undefeated in Thailand, and both of these you can look at as tune-up fights. And it'd be interesting if Al Haymon can lure away Lucas Matthysse back into the PBC. That would be awesome. To me, that would be awesome. And I think HBO was unimpressed with what Lucas Matthysse brought to the table in that Tewa Kiram fight. And how about a rematch, potential rematch with Danny Garcia and Lucas Matthysse? I think that's something the fans would really buy into as a legitimate, meaningful fight. The only thing around that is, Shawn Porter shows up in the aftermath of, Keith Thurman in the building. Also, Keith Thurman in the building for the fight. He was watching. He's looking at Danny Garcia. Shawn Porter's looking at Danny Garcia. Kenny Porter's looking at Danny Garcia like he wants to go. Man, and these two guys were trash talking. And it was very entertaining to see. I mean, both of these guys, world champions. Former world champion is Shawn Porter. And this wasn't a title fight. So both these guys don't have a title. And it would be a good fight also. I can't lie. I think Shawn Porter versus Danny Garcia is a great fight. I think Danny Garcia would outbox Shawn Porter. I think he would, but it depends on how much Shawn Porter would pressure Garcia, because I see Shawn Porter as a very similar kind of fighter as a Lucas Matthysse, as I'm not going to compare him to Brandon Rios, but as a Lucas Matthysse, where Matthysse is putting on pressure, he's coming forward. Shawn Porter is similar, and he loves to fight on the inside. I just think Danny Garcia is also a very sharp counterpuncher and a good inside fighter, who also has a good jab and I just feel like Garcia would land cleaner shots, kind of like what Keith Thurman did, kind of like what Kell Brook did, and I think Danny Garcia would get the best of Shawn Porter. Honestly, if I were to break that down, I think I'd have Danny Garcia in that fight. I'd like to see one of these guys also fight Errol Spence Jr. I mean, that's the guy that to me is the #1 welterweight. As I mentioned before, in a video probably a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that much like how Triple G at middleweight, how he was able to move up and become the world's #1 middleweight without beating a Sergio Martinez. That's how I see Errol Spence Jr. Keith Thurman, he's on the side. He wants no parts of Errol Spence. Shawn Porter, he doesn't seem to want any parts of Errol Spence. He repeated that notion today, so or was it yesterday? He had some recent interviews, and he clearly said he didn't want no parts of Errol Spence. He clearly said that. So that's what that's about, and he even apologized for it. So just is what it is, guys. E-King Fight News. Y'all know what it is, man. Subscribe to the channel. And who do you think wins a potential matchup between Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia? I mean, that's an awesome fight. Garcia scores a spectacular KO, a great knockout, and let's take a look at the trash talk, because there was some deep ass trash talk here. There you go. I told you. This is hype. This shit's turned up. Danny Garcia confrontation with Shawn Porter. Let's check this out. I'll meet you on your gym on Monday. Wow. How about that, man? I mean, yeah, Danny Garcia was like, let's take it to the streets and shit. You want to get street with him. And you see Shawn Porter, he's like, nah, let's make some money. I don't know, man. Shawn Porter is like, nah, man, we gotta fight in the ring. Gotta make this money. I at the same time, I don't know if Danny Garcia wants to take this fight. I'm not sure if he wants to fight a guy like a Shawn Porter when, Keith Thurman's out there. Keith Thurman might want to scoop this fight up and fight Danny Garcia. I think that's very possible and very likely that Danny Garcia fights a tune-up and then Keith Thurman fights a tune-up, and then he'll probably call out Danny Garcia in May. And then they can fight in fucking August. July or August, they can make a fight. 2 months out. Yeah, why not? And I think that would be a great fight. Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. The thing is, at that point, someone's got to fight Errol Spence. So, I don't care who it is, someone's got to step up and fight Errol Spence. And until that happens, everyone's fucking pussy. I'll just tell you that much right now. Everyone's got some pussy in them if they don't want to fight Errol Spence. He right now, he's really knocking everybody out, and he's got the division shook. He's the boogeyman. You want to talk about Luis Ortiz was the boogeyman, and Deontay Wilder said, fuck it, let's fight this guy. It seems like Earl, oddly enough, he's a champion as well. He's a champion and a boogeyman. Because, I mean, who wants to fight this guy? He's got to go down the IBF rankings and offer all these fuckers a fight just to stay busy. Just to fucking stay busy. I want to see Carlos, whatever. If Carlos El Campo takes the fight, fine. I'll still watch that shit. And it just is what it is. But hopefully one of these guys steps up and fights Errol Spence in 2018. But let's check this out. Oh boy. Confrontation. Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia. We get taken to the street. Danny Garcia, we get taken to the street. Oh, there you go, man. And then Albert, no, Jim Gray said, get her out of the ring, Kenny. Get her out of the ring, Kenny Porter.